What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Official Seventh Man Podcast, where it is all about the world, the great world of six-man football. I hope everybody's well. Hope everybody's safe, healthy, all that good stuff. Thanks for tuning in. This is the second episode. The first one didn't air, had problems with it. Guys, I do want to apologize for it. I had it ready to go. It was recorded, produced, everything. And for some reason, it just would not upload. I tried and tried, and it never would do it. So hopefully I won't have that issue again with this week's. With that being said, I am QB1. Let's talk some football, okay? Here we go, week 4. Just a little bit of a recap. Man, it was a good week. Excellent week. Had some really good games. Outcomes of them, I expected it some ways, and then some ways there was a couple that I didn't expect. We'll talk about them here shortly. Abbott, welcome to the top 10. Staying perfect. I've been waiting on you guys to get back up there. It's good to see you there. They beat Belleville, 48-0. Good old Gordon, they hammered Sydney 78-12, improving to 3-1 on the season. Gordon is right there, man. They're right on the edge of it. Definitely a top 15 team. If they keep moving the way they are, they're going to be right there with everybody else. As expected, number 1, Strong, knocked off Gorman 60-15. Calvert, good old Calvert, finally got them a game. I didn't know if they were going to have a season. I don't think anybody did. Got them a game. A very decent team, Brian Allen Academy. They're not bad. Calvert won 52-32. Avalon won over Walnut Springs 62-12. Lomita takes it to Cranville's Gap. That one kind of got me. 60-14. Milford got their first win of the season over Penelope, 32-28. Coach Wells, congratulations on that one. Spring Lake Earth beat O'Donnell 75-28. It's a lot of points on the board right there. Perrin over Covington 40-21. Balmorhea smacked Marfa 66-16. That's a whole bunch of points for Balmorhea's side. Bluffdale won in a tight one over Fruitvale 50-48. I'd like to have been at that game to see it. Paducah, good old Paducah, beat Nass 59-14. Let's keep an eye on Paducah, man. I think they're going to be one of those troubled teams that will sneak up on you if you aren't careful. Santa Ana, good old Santa Ana. Where have they come from? They're still undefeated with a win over Brooksmith, 60-12. Are they legit? Is Santa Ana a legit team? Are they a top 20 team? What do y'all think? I'm not sure. I just don't know about them yet. I've seen a little bit of good about them. I've seen a little bit of bad. Let's watch them. I know I'm going to keep watching them and see how they are. Oglesby, really good team over Copperell, 70-6. That's just a butt whooping right there. Keep it up, Oglesby. Bonham moves to 4-0, beating Trinidad 52-6. Is Bonham a good 4-0 team? What I mean by that, are they really that good, or do they just have that weaker of a schedule where they can get it up? I know they have some good players. I know they got Tovar, Castro. Castro's a really good running back. Is it their schedule? I don't know. Verdict's still out on them as well, but still 4-0. Good job. Keep it up, Coach Morgan. Now, I want to get into some TAPS, private independent scores. Man, there's some really good teams. Really, really good teams. And y'all may disagree with me, and that's fine. That's what this is all about. Some of these schools are as good or better than some of the higher-ranked D1 and D2 schools. I'm putting it out there. You got to give them the respect that they deserve. Nobody talks about them enough, partially because not a lot of people know about those type of schools. Everybody just thinks, oh, well, it's a Christian school, it's a private school, it's a home school, we're going to beat the crap out of them. And now that's not always the case. You got to watch them. I mean, there's some really good teams of them. Okay, an example of that, what I just said, Longview Christian beat Leverett Chapel 58-12. Yes, I know what you're thinking. Leverett Chapel is on a down year, but they're still a good team, a really good team. So Longview, man, that's a good win that y'all should be proud of. Waco Prep blanks Golson 52-0. Waco Live Oak chunks up 94 against McKinney Cornerstone's 48. 94 points. That's crazy, but that's 6-man. That's how it goes. Waco Methodist over Waco Parkview 52-0. Man, what's up with these Waco teams? Because there's some really good ones out there. I know I'm not sure about Waco Methodist. I know a couple years ago they were really good, but it seems like they're still just as good as they have been a couple years ago. Moving right along, Denton Calvary over Rockwall Heritage in a close one, 32-26. I'd like to have been at that game. And Johnson County Sports Association beat up on Watauga Harvest 69-20. JCSA, man, it seems like they keep getting better every year. They're always sneaking around there. They're always there. Keep an eye on them, man. They're a good team. All right, these next few games. Let me get a drink real quick. Hang on one sec. I promise it's just water. Okay. These next few games, I feel like they really need to be talked about in depth. And so if I ramble on about them, I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. Okay. This team I've never heard of, Plano Coram Dio. I'm assuming that's how you say it. I don't know. They dropped Union Hill 76-27. Union Hill's in trouble. They're 1-3. I don't get it. I know what's over there. I know the talent they have. I know the coach that they have. I think I'm not sure if they're just underachieving a tad because they should be better than what they are. I did a poll on whether people think they're overrated or not on Instagram, and most people think they are, and that's highly possible. They have a reputation, always a playoff team, always good, but this year they're struggling. They shouldn't have an issue this week against Chester, but week 6 against St. Joe will be the tell-off for them. It will tell us exactly where they are. I think they can still win their district. It might be tougher than it usually is for them because usually they just run through it like it's nothing. But I can still see them doing it. I really can. You may think I'm crazy after I say this, but they cannot take Campbell lightly. After what Campbell did to Fannondale, I know they still lost to Fannondale, but it was so close. And from what I was told and what I've heard, they should have beat Fannondale. And I'll get into that here shortly next. But Union Hill, be careful with them and be careful with Leverage Chapel. Again, I think they can win the district, but be extra careful with them. But do execute, man. You're going to hear me say execute a lot because that's what you got to do to win a football game. But Union Hill has to come out, head on their shoulders, and play the football that they know how to play. Okay, Fannondale. Fannondale got beat by Abilene Christian 35-31. I think they've played 3 games this year, and all 3 of them they've only scored 30-something points in each game. I would have to go back and look. Nothing against Abilene, but Fannondale should have won this game. I've got a lot of concern for them. It seems like the more games they play, I worry about them more and more and more. Another poll that I posted about coaching changes. Does it make that big of a difference from year to year? I believe 97% said they do, in which I totally agree with. I think coaching change, man, you could have a state championship team, graduate nobody, bring a new coach in, and it destroys a season. I know that for a fact because I was part of one. We won a state championship. We lost a couple, and then the next year we went 2-8. Our coach didn't give a crap. We were done with practice by 4:00 while we're sort of practicing. He's on the football field hitting golf balls. So we won a state championship. Next year went 2-8. Worst year of football of my life. Anyways, back to Fannondale. 97% of you guys said it does, which I agree with. So is that the case in Fannondale? I don't know. Coach Lane was there last year. Great coach. Excellent coach. He went to a 2A school. So is that the problem? Is that the issue? They did graduate a couple kids, but I don't feel like they losing them were enough to make them struggle like they are. And I say struggle because I think they're 2-1, but they're not putting the points on the board like they did last year. They're not performing like they did last year. They still had that really good running back. I can't remember his name, but the dude is huge, and it's so hard to bring him down. I seen that last year. I know it for a fact. He's still there. So I don't know what it is. They're still picked to win district. Well, I say still. They were picked to win district, and I agree with that as well, but that was basing off of last year. I think they're going to struggle against Goldberg and Coach Helms because don't. That's another team, man. You can't count them out. They were a decent team last year. They got third in district behind Trinidad, but I think they're going to be okay, and I really think they're going to give Fannondale a run for the money. And if that's the case, and Goldberg does beat Fannondale, that's going to put Fannondale up against Throckmorton in the first round. And if that's the case, Throckmorton is going to nail Fannondale to the wall. That's all I got to say. All right, next game, the upset. The upset. Coolidge over Oakwood 67-44. I did not see this one coming. Well, I kind of did, but I didn't. Oakwood's a really good team. I've seen them play this year, and they're solid on both sides of the ball. But I also said on last week's podcast, last week's show that nobody has gotten to hear, that Coolidge was going to be a test for them. Coolidge isn't a bad team at all. They have possibilities for them. They're the type of team that'll bite you if you aren't careful, and that's what happened to Oakwood. But I did see somewhere. No, I'm not even going to. I'm not going to get into that. So I'm done with Coolidge and Oakwood. But Coolidge 67, Oakwood 44. The upset of the week. The last game, the week 4 that I want to talk about, and I put it as my week 4 game of the week, only to see what Borden County would do. There it is right there. Sterling City shut them out 57-0. What is the problem in Borden County? Is there anybody to blame for it? I do wish I lived clear across the state from them, so I can't, but I wish I could live close. I wish I lived closer so I could go watch them. But again, I live way, way away from them. I know they're a young team. I know they had to move some JV up. JV players and varsity players are on a different level. 2 different types. I do know they had 2 kids return, not including the war. I think he tore his ACL, but I'm not including him in those 2 because I'm not sure what he's going to be capable of. Is it their schedule? If you look at it, these first 5 games are absolutely brutal. And that falls back on the coach, Coach Ritchie. As a coach, you have to look ahead the next couple years. I'm not talking about next year. The next couple years to see what players you're going to lose and what you're going to have. You have to know what other teams are going to have, what kind of talent they have, to see if you even want to think about playing them. Schedule the teams around that. Schedule the teams that are on the same skill level as you. Okay? Don't get the teams that are just horrible, the worst ever. Schedule the ones that are the same skill level. You want to give your kids a chance. If you're just getting hammered every week and the kids know, all right, well, this team is a number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4 team, we're going to get the crap beat out of us. They don't want to know. They don't want to see that. They've already got it in their head that they're going to get beat. So that's an issue in itself. Winning is a cure-all. I know some of these coaches are out here, oh, it's not about winning, it's about having fun, blah, blah, blah. Bull crap, man. Everybody wants to win. That coach is lying to you. Winning is a cure-all. It's going to give your kids confidence. If you're constantly getting smacked in the face, in the mouth, in the nose every week, it's no fun. They are not motivated. Winning is going to get them motivated. Winning is going to get your kids confidence, and having a schedule the first 5 weeks like Borden County has, it's not going to help. Again, nobody wants to get punched in the face. It's not fun. It brings your players down. Borden County's averaging 11.5 points a game out of the 4 games that they played. Let that sink in just for a second. 11.5 points a game. That's what they're scoring. That's unacceptable. Totally unacceptable. Their defense is allowing an average of 57 points a game. That's a 45.5 point differential. And that's unacceptable. You cannot win any kind of game with that much of a difference, only scoring 11.5 points a game. Now, I think 2 games they've gotten shut out. All you do is just average how many points they score each game, how many games they played, blah, blah, blah. Simple math. I want to know what the kids' attitudes are. What are they like? I almost bet it's not good. I get a bad attitude is very contagious and it spreads very fast and can ruin a season. Also, I've seen it, been a part of it. It goes back to that winning championship next year, going 2-8. Horrible year. That's a real thing. That attitude, horrible attitude, is a real thing. I'd like for some of you Borden County players to DM me on Instagram. Tell me how y'all feel. Tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if y'all are motivated. Tell me what y'all are thinking each week. Tell me what y'all feel like when you're watching film. Tell me if y'all are paying attention when y'all watch film. Let me know. I want to know what's going on over there. They got 2 games left before district starts. I can see them at 1-5 when it does start. I'd like to see them win out after this week and finish 5-5 going into the playoffs. It's doable. They just got to execute. They got to play Borden County football like they played in the past. Oh man, now that I can get off the Borden County soapbox, real quick. I'm not a Borden County fan. I just know what they're capable of. I know the history of their program. So if it seems like I'm talking about them a lot, I really am, because I'm disappointed in them. Because again, I know what their program is capable of. They got to step up. They got to execute. They got to play. Okay, now I'm done with them. Week 5, let's go. We're halfway through, guys. Halfway through the season, and that kind of that bothers me, man. That means it's halfway over. I know we still got a long way to go in playoffs, but all the games are fixed to be over. It's going to be a good week. Another one. Several games to watch. One of the toughest is going to be Sterling City and Happy. I got Sterling City winning it. I don't think Happy's going to be too happy after that one, but it's going to be a good game. Calvert should improve to 2-0, beating Beaumont Legacy. Have Richland Springs over Fort Worth Covenant. Again, Union Hill. They shouldn't have an issue beating Chester. Please don't disappoint me. Spring Lake Earth over White Deer. A game that's going to have my attention is Paducah and Follett. I'm almost positive Follett's going to win it, but I'm not counting Paducah out. Like I said, Paducah is one of those scary good teams that can get you, kind of like Coolidge. I got Jonesboro over Milford. Oakwood rebounds over Bryan Allen, but that's going to be another one to keep an eye on. Santa Ana over Olfen. Again, are they top 20? Can they do it? Let's keep an eye on them. Another good one to watch, Coolidge over Avalon, but I see Coolidge winning with no problem. Water Valley is going to 45 Borden County. Motley County a 45 Crest. Throckton Spanks Perrin in May is going to beat Blum. And for my game of the week, I feel like this is going to be the best one. Strong against Westbrook. That it's going to be the toughest test for Strong. Going to be the toughest team they've played all year. I don't think Westbrook's defense can keep up with the Strong's offense. Tell me if you think I'm right. Tell me if you think I'm wrong. Tell me I'm an idiot. I don't care. That's fine. Regardless, it's going to be a good game, but I got Strong winning it. They're going to stay number 1 in my poll. Mine is different from everybody else, but Strong. I still think Strong's going to win state championship in Division 2. Rankin's going to win it in Division 1. There, you heard me say it. Mark it down. Okay? If I did not say anything about your team, guys, I'm sorry. There's a ton of teams in Texas, and if I said something about everyone, we'd be here until next week. So I can't do it. I just roll through, look at the games that are scheduled, and think, okay, well, this one may be decent, this one may be, and those are the ones that I want to talk about. I do want to let you players know none of these games y'all have played matter. I kind of touched on that. This week's game does not matter. Once district hits, it's a new season. Those games are the ones that matter. Those games get you to the playoffs. Those games get you in the state championship. Those games are the ones that get you the ring, because that's what we're going for. So my message to you guys that are struggling, the teams that are struggling right now, turn it around. You have time to do it. Y'all know what needs to be worked on. Y'all practice every single day. Y'all should watch film. Y'all know what person... I'm getting frustrated now. You know what needs to be worked on. Y'all know what needs to change. Our goal is that ring. That's what we're working for. That's what we've been working for since the 1st of August. That's what we want. It feels really good to have one on that finger. But not only one person has to want it. The entire team. Everybody from scout team, for even the water boy. Everybody has to want it to go get it. You got to push each other. You got to challenge each other. Help each other get better. Now, don't get pissed off when somebody's trying to say, hey, do this differently, do that, do this, do this. They're trying to help you. Think about that. They want to be there for you. They're your teammate. They're your brothers. As far as rankings go, guys, ignore them. All that is a number. The only number that matters to you, matters to your coach, matters to your fans, is that number on the scoreboard at the end of the game. If you have the highest number on that scoreboard, that's all that matters. It's super easy, real easy to get caught up in the rankings, but look past them. Focus on the task at hand, focus on winning, focus on moving to the next level. All right, this is kind of short this week, which, I mean, I don't want to just ramble all day. So I'm fixing to wrap them up, but first I need some help from you players. I'd like to do a player of the week. So if you think you had a good enough game where you can be recognized, send me your stats on Instagram. DM them to me. And I'll roll through every one of them. And if I feel like you had it, you had 14 touchdowns, 17 interceptions, 20 passing touchdowns, you're going to be recognized on next week's podcast. Okay? Guys, thanks for tuning in. This is a really good thing we're starting. Okay? And let's keep it going. Let's grow the show. Even in the off season, I still want to do this. I still want to move forward. There's plenty of football we can talk about constantly. If you haven't already, follow me on Instagram at Texas Six Man Talk. Leave me a like, leave me a dislike, comment, subscribe, tell me what you think. See y'all next week.